So if you were curious, I guess, about me and what I do, so you know I am an academic, and probably what led to my demise with pink eye, but I work as a visiting assistant professor at Miami University right now. I teach in the business school. I have a PhD in rhetoric and composition, if any of you guys are like fellow academics, but basically I'm a writing person. Hi, Laura. And I'm a writing specialist. I've been teaching writing. This is my first time, though, sort of teaching specifically business writing on a full-time basis. I teach in our undergraduate business program, and mainly I teach first-year students, which I absolutely love. I love teaching first years, and I really like what I'm doing in the business school right now because, I'm not gonna lie, we got a ton of resources. There's lots of money. Our offices are nice. Our pay is pretty decent for who we are. And I work with really motivated and wonderful students who are imaginative. And Miami University. So I live in Indiana. And oh, thank you so much, Dale. Yay! I live in Indiana, and I actually commute to Oxford, Ohio. It's about like a 50 minute drive for me every day, and it's actually just fine. It's a very relaxed commute. Like, there's never any traffic. It's through like all farm roads and stuff. It's awesome. I love driving to work, honestly, because then I can like listen to my podcasts or like rock out to, you know, like heavy metal if I want to. So that's pretty cool. So that's what I do by day. And my husband also works at Miami University. He is a professor in another department. And some of you may know him. His name's Phil. He's also a Sabbatical Beauty fan. And he teaches video game design. And he is the coordinator of the Miami esports team. And I'm really proud of him. And he's amazing. And, oh, I have something to show you. Oh, yeah. What is that? I'm going to signal boost this. I'm so proud of my husband because he wrote a book, and this just came out. There he is. Hi, honey. So he wrote a book. This is his book, and it's based on his dissertation. We were together when he was writing it, and it is about collaboration World of Warcraft. If any of you guys like World of Warcraft or MMORPGs and are interested in reading about them critically, you should definitely pick up Identity and Collaboration in World of Warcraft by Philip Michael Alexander. And tell him Julie sent you. Oh yes, my wall of sunglasses. Oh my god, yes, I should show you. This is, my husband made this for me. I love sunglasses a lot. Like a lot. And I didn't have a good place to store them. They're all really cool and beautiful. So last summer, I bought this frame at a flea market. And we put some picture wire, two like strings of picture wire across it, and I'm storing all my sunglasses there. They're on display and they look really cool. And yeah, it's like super easy to make these. I think it took us like, well, we had to wait for the paint to dry, but it took us literally like an hour to put this thing together. And yeah, if you're storing anything like this, or I'm sure you can hang jewelry and stuff on it, but this was so easy to make and it's so cool and I love having it. But yeah. Yes, so that's my sunglasses wall. Hi, Cindy. Hi, everyone. All right, so told you all about my awesome husband. Told you about my job a little bit. So I live here. This is my office, my home office. I have a large old house in Indiana. Yay! Hi, Eileen. I'm so glad you're here. So I live in a large old house in Indiana. Our house is 90 years old this year. It's so cool. And we have a lot of bedrooms. We don't have any children. We live with my husband's mother, who is who lives in our sort of like suite on the first floor. And we take care of her. And then we also have sort of like the whole upstairs for the two of us. So right now I'm in my home office slash makeup room slash tarot reading room slash, you know, place where I hang out. And you'll see more of it if you hang out on my lives this month. So that'll be cool. Oh, cool. Hi, Ann. Where are you from? I live in Richmond, and my husband Phil's originally from Richmond, so that's why we're here. But I'm originally from Pittsburgh, actually. But I've lived kind of like Ohio, Michigan, kind of all over the Midwest for a while. I lived briefly in Arkansas. But yeah, so we're settled here. We own our home. Our home is really neat. Oh my God. Our house is so cool. There are so many weird things about our house. You know what? I will show you one really neat thing at the end of this Facebook Live that I had never seen before in a house. But I will show it to you at the end of this Facebook Live because there's one of them in my office here. So, okay. Oh yeah, we have a lot of dogs. You might hear them yipping. We live with, right now, 4 dogs. Oh, cool, Manchester College. Oh, okay, Elkhart. That's not too far away, I don't think. I have a rat terrier named Cody. And he's sitting here right next to me right now, kind of on the floor. I'm sitting at my desk, and he is just sort of looking off into the middle distance, as he likes to do. He's very old. He's a little skittish, a little weird. We also have my mother-in-law has 2 Yorkies, and they're both just yipping terrors, and they're awesome. And then we also have a Shih Tzu mix named Boo Boo, who is insane and is very loud. One of these days I'm going to get like one of those recording apps to record like how loud she is in decibels, because I'm pretty sure like she's breaking the sound barrier every time she is chasing me out. Yes, I love dogs too. I love cats. Unfortunately, Phil is severely allergic to cats, so we would have those too. But we have a fully fenced in yard for all our puppers, and it's great. So I should probably talk about, yes, Boo Boo, Boo Boo. My rat terrier's name is Cody. I actually had 2. The other one, Dobson, he, unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to him last year, because he had a brain tumor, but, we've got Cody too. Okay. Oh yes, my tattoos. Yes, I figured someone would ask about these. So yeah, I have, some Soundwave tattoos here on my left arm. Yes, they are sound waves, and I'm going to be a hipster for a second and say, I got these before it was cool to get them. All right. Yeah, we miss Dobson. He was a good boy. But, this summer, actually, we're going to be, playing a cherry tree for him in the yard and putting his ashes there. So he'll be with us in our yard where he liked to hang out. So yeah, my tattoos. Okay, so this tattoo, the one here closest to my hand, is a sound wave of a blackbird call, blackbird singing. And my reason for getting this was it's kind of a tribute to my favorite singer, who is, does anybody know? Some of you might know me. Who's my favorite singer? Okay, my favorite singer. Okay, my favorite singer is Kate Bush. Some of you might know who Kate Bush is. And this was, hi Catherine, hi. So on the album cover, yes. Ricky, oh my God, there's my husband. He thinks Ricky Martin's my favorite singer. Really, that's a close second, honey, really. But I know that he is, I know your favorite singer is definitely Rick Astley, so. So yeah, my favorite singer is Kate Bush. Yes, Running Up That Hill, Kate Bush, exactly. I love Kate Bush. On Kate Bush's album Ariel, which was released, I think, it was quite a while ago now that it came out. But there was an image. I'm 38. I don't know how old anyone else is, but I love Kate Bush. And on the cover of her album Ariel, there is an image of this sound wave, but it's like cutting across the like between sky and sea, so it looks like boats on the horizon, and it's really cool. And I just loved it, and I wanted it on me because she was really meaningful to me. Kate Bush, she continues to be really meaningful to me. So that was that one. I just like to talk about myself, Cindy, because again, I'm a super big ham, and part of my job is entertaining teenagers all the time. So, hi Dar, good to see you. I saw Dar recently because we were at the same conference together, which was awesome. So, I got to meet her in real life and give her a hug, and it was great. Yay. Okay, my other tattoo. This one is a sound wave of my mom's voice. So some of you might know my mom passed away about 4 years ago. A little less than 4 years ago. It was really sudden. It was really devastating for all of us. My mom was really like the core of our family, and it was really hard. You know, so I wanted to get something to remember her, and I'm a person with, you know, a number of tattoos, and tattoos are meaningful to me. And I had already had the Kate Bush one on my wrist, and I thought, you know, I wanted to continue to add those things that were meaningful to me. So my mom had left a voicemail on my phone. Thank you so much. My mom had left a voicemail on my phone the day I defended my dissertation in 2013, where I said, hi Madeline, and she said, I want to tell you I wish you luck, I love you, goodbye, and thank you. And yeah, so I defended my dissertation in 2013, and then a little over a year later my mom passed away. So she got to see me become a PhD. And I had that thing on my voicemail, and my husband, we were engaged at the time, took that and turned it into an audio visualization, and I got that tattooed on my arm. So I've had this for about 2.5 years, almost 3 years. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me, and I'm happy to tell people about it. If you watch more of my Facebook lives, I'll introduce you to more of my tattoos, because I have several more. So thank you very much. Thank you. I'm actually, one of my friends, Nels Heiberg, is, after I got this tattoo, he unfortunately had suffered a pretty great loss in his life, and did the same thing to remember his loved one, which was great. And he said that I inspired him to do it, so I was happy about that. All right. Yes, tattoo sharing is good. I love tattoos. Okay, so I should probably talk about my skin, other than like just, you know, babbling on about myself, because like this is a skincare thing, I heard. So okay, so I'm gonna talk about my skin. Pull my hair back. All right. Okay, so my skin. So like I mentioned, I'm 38. I just turned 38 in March. And for most of my life, I would say up until I was, I don't know, like 34, 35, my skin was pretty much oily all the time. All parts of my face. Yeah. Thank you very much. I heard this was a skincare group. You could confirm, can either confirm or deny. Thank you very much. Yeah, my eyes are feeling so much better. Thank you. So I have this oily T-zone, and this has sort of remained oily. My cheeks, right now my skin is combination. It was oily for a very long time. Right now I would describe it as combination. The T-zone in my face still is fairly oily, but not as oily as it used to be when I was younger. And my cheeks are normal to dry. They're mainly normal, particularly in the warmer time of the year. Like I mentioned, I live in Indiana, so it's a Midwestern climate. So right now it's been a beautiful couple of days here in Indiana and in Ohio. Not a cloud in the sky. It's been warm but not humid, but that will change through the summer. It's going to get super hot and super humid, and there will definitely probably be some days where we're all just like laying on the floor melting, trying to survive. So so that's what the summer box is up against with where I live. So my skin has bye Moira, tell Henry I said hi. All right, so I have some skin concerns right now, and I'm in that place where, that wonderful place where I am struggling with acne and aging, because, why not? I have, some acne, and mainly right now, the acne I would say is hormonal because I tend to get it up here, not really on my nose, but chin, forehead area, and a little bit along my jawline. So that's where I'm having like the major acne issues. And I do have under eye concerns. I think I'm mainly just like paranoid about my under eyes, but they feel dry to me. And I don't think they're incredibly dry, but I wear a lot of makeup because I'm a makeup coach. And I worry about like how my makeup is going to set on my under eye, especially when I do my concealing. So I'm trying to work on ways to make that work for me so I can make it work for my clients and stuff. But some of the other concerns I have are rosacea. I have I have the kind of I can't pronounce this word, I'm terrible. But I have the kind of rosacea that is like almost impossible to treat. As you can see, I have like redness on my cheeks, and that is where I get it. I'm of course one of those people that like the minute I exert myself for 30 seconds, my entire face turns into a tomato. But I also have, I have this redness on my cheeks almost all the time and a little bit on my nose. So that's another one of my concerns. Natalie asked how long I've been interested in makeup. Hi, Brianna. I would say always. I've always been interested in makeup. I love makeup as a kid, as a teenager, kind of went off and on with it. Yes, I definitely need to think about Magic Dragon. That's something I need to, I think I had a sample of it at some, Pale People Problems for sure, Natalie. And yeah, Foon suggested Magic Dragon. Yeah, I need to work on that for sure. I've always been interested in makeup, and I was sort of like off and on when I sort of entered into academia. The main focus was being an academic and trying to survive grad school and stuff. Yes, that is exactly it, Catherine. Yeah, that one. The thing I can't pronounce. What Catherine Stevenson just said. And so when I actually got my first academic job, and after my mom passed away. Rachel's here. Hi, Rachel. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into Magic Dragon. I don't know why I don't have that one, but there is, after my mom passed away, I started actually watching a lot of makeup tutorials online and doing my makeup and learning more about makeup as a coping mechanism for, thank you so much, Dar said I'm a good makeup coach, and so did Dale, and you guys are the best. Thank you. But after my mom passed away, I used makeup as a way to express myself and kind of deal with my loneliness and feeling like I was isolated, because I was isolated in this workplace where I used to be. Hi, Rachel. And that's sort of part of the story that I kind of want to tell about myself as a makeup coach. So if you're interested in learning more about my small business, I'm going to be relaunching it this summer, and I will definitely mention it. Hi, Chitra. I will definitely mention it in the Sabbatical Beauty Group. Okay. So another thing that happened to me about 2 years ago was I had a very large benign ovarian cyst, and it was so enormous that it torched my ovary. I think it was like 12 centimeters or something. Hi, Rachel. And it was like the most painful thing I've ever experienced, the most physically painful thing I've ever experienced, and like just mountains and mountains of sympathy and hugs to anyone who's ever suffered from cysts. It's unbelievably bad. And I had to have surgery to have it removed. And because it was so large and it torched my ovary, I actually had my ovary completely removed. So I only have one ovary right now. right now as if I'm gonna like grow another one, I guess. I'm not gonna grow another ovary, so I only have one ovary left. But that one's just fine, so that's good. But one thing I noticed after I had the oophorectomy was that my skin changed. I don't know, but my skin started to noticeably change. For me, it got a lot drier. The oil and sebum production, like, definitely different. I started to notice the I started to notice a little bit more like the lack of elasticity, like the lactis. Yeah, if I can grow another ovary, I will immediately alert scientists. But as far as I know, I cannot spontaneously grow another. But yes, I only have one ovary right now, but that's cool. I don't really need it. I wasn't really using it for anything. So yeah. So once I lost my ovary, I noticed my skin changed. I don't know how connected they are, but I'm gonna assume that, you know, there was something hormonal that went on that changed my skin. But so those are my skin concerns right now. I've got combination skin and early signs of aging, not terrible. I don't have a lot of wrinkles. I think my skin being oily for a lot of my life kind of helped me with that. Yeah, hormones, yeah, so much fun. That's the best. And the under eye and eye area is pretty delicate and starting to get, you know, even more delicate. So those are my major skin concerns. Okay, so let's talk about my favorite sabbatical beauty products, which I think I'm supposed to. And I'm going to tell you, this is my ride or die girl right here. If you know and love this, can I get a hell yeah in the Facebook live stream? Because Marine Serum, though, Marine Serum. I know it's backwards, but Marine Serum is what it's about. So when Adeline started Sabbatical Beauty, I was living in Arkansas, and when she first started the yeah, hell yeah to Marine Serum. Woo, Marine! Let's try to like make a sign for Marine. Yeah. Okay. So when I started using Sabbatical Beauty, this was the very first product that I bought, and the changes that I saw after using it just for like a week or two were incredible. The oiliness, it took my skin down. Like the oiliness completely started to, yes, absolutely. This stuff is genius and brilliant. I think I've gone through at least 10 bottles of this. And it's incredible. It's the most incredible serum. It completely changed my skin. It made my skin so much less oily. When I started using this, after about 10 days of using Marine Serum, I'm going to just say this right now, about 10 days of using Marine Serum, I woke up, and for the first time in almost 20 years, I had no pimples on my face when I woke up. Is this right here. I just put a ring on my hand because I'm nervous and I fidget, but yeah, this stuff is what it's about. I loved it so much. I was so amazed by this. I loved it so much that I immediately bought a bottle for my husband. My husband had similar skin concerns to me, like, you know, oiliness, you know, acne prone. And at the time we were long distance because I was living in another state, and I said, no, try this, put this on your face every night and every morning. And, you know, I really want you to give it a try. So I said, all right. And the next time I saw him, which was like a couple months later, you know, when I first saw his face, I was like, oh my God, he looked completely different. His face, his skin looked so good. It was so much less red. It was clear. It wasn't oily at all. It was like, his skin looked incredibly healthy. So, Marine is good for everyone, including nerdy husbands, for sure. Phil, if you're still in the Facebook Live, you can weigh in on this if you'd like. But yeah, this stuff, 100% worth it. Best thing in the world. I've reviewed it, recommended it to many people, been using it for years. It's the best. It's my favorite product. Ride or die, the one that I would go to the mat for every day of the week. If I had, you know, a lifetime supply, this would be the one. This would be it. The other, yeah, if you haven't tried Marine Serum, like please, you owe it to yourself to buy a sample and use it for at least 2 weeks because you will be incredibly amazed by it. It's the best. Two other things, I don't have them with me right now that I really love. My other favorites are the Sleeping Beauty oil. It is, yes, skin craves Marine. I completely agree. The Sleeping Beauty oil is also another thing I love, and I am in the camp of people who like the scent. Even though it is really pungent, I like it, and I love that it has that weird kind of look that the Vaseline gives it, or the Blue Tansy gives it. Because I feel like I'm putting like a potion on my skin, and it like disappears into your skin, and you feel like, ooh, I put magic on my face. But yes, I love that so much. I wish it was a little cheaper, but I know the Blue Tansy oil is really expensive. Because after I started using it, I was like, I couldn't believe how amazing it made my skin. It really toned down the redness on my face and made my skin very bright and just healthy. And another thing, oh my god, it's so crazy. I love the Blue Tansy. So I started like looking up Blue Tansy and like researching it because I was so intrigued by it. Another favorite product of mine is More Honey. More Honey 2. I have it here in my hand. This stuff is also amazing. It has propolis and royal jelly in it, and it is like, this stuff is what I don't use this every day because I found that it is most useful for skin irritations. And I'll tell you what I love using this for if you've never used it before, and I have this on my first blog post too whenever it goes up. But what I use this for is the More Honey Serum is if I get a cold and whenever, how do I keep it from the ants? Food asks how I keep it from the ants. So far no ants have attacked, but now I'm worried. I might have to make it its own little vault. I could put it in the fridge, and I haven't ever put it in the fridge because I know that honey is a naturally antibacterial. But I guess I could do that. That might look nice when I sort of put it on my face. But sometimes I worry about putting stuff in the fridge because I'm afraid like someone will discover it and eat it. But yes, what I like using this for is if I have a skin irritation. If I get a cold when I get a cold, my nose runs like Usain Bolt, and it's uncontrollable, and I'm blowing my nose constantly. I'm a snot factory. It's really attractive. But my nose, of course, gets immediately very irritated from blowing my nose so much. And, it's that raw and it hurts, and, around this area. Yeah, exactly. I'm concerned. Oh my god, that's crazy, Foon. I cannot believe that ants attack your raw honey serum. You gotta defend that stuff. We gotta defend the serums from the enemy. That's crazy. Anyone tasted it? But you know what? Now I'm curious, but I'm probably not gonna do it. I don't know. You never know what you get up to when you're bored late at night. Yeah. So I put this on any irritation that I get on my nose or around my lips whenever I have a cold, and it speeds the healing so fast. It really soothes the pain. It is incredible for skin irritations. And I learned that about it when my husband, who I talk about constantly because he's pretty much the person I'm with all the time. My husband has sleep apnea, and he uses a CPAP. Yes! Snot Sisters forever, Jill. Snot Sisters. Okay. I don't know what this gesture is, but it's not Snot Sisters, but I just did it anyway. Whenever Phil, my husband, would put on his CPAP mask, sometimes it would like irritate his face. And he asked me, do you have anything I could put on my face for like to soothe the irritation, from the CPAP mask? I said, oh yeah, try this. And I had a little sample of the More Honey at the time. And he put it on, and then like 6 hours later, he came back to me and was like, we have to buy a full bottle of that right now. And so he emailed Adeline a couple times, like asking her to save him a full bottle of the More Honey Serum because it was that good for helping with skin irritation. So if you have any skin irritations from being sick or anything like this, like keep a bottle of this around. It works. It's amazing. Always have this on hand because, you know, unfortunately sickness is in this house frequently because we're both teachers. So yeah. So those are my favorites. The Marine Serum Ride or Die right here. I'm glad you're sold because it's awesome. Marine Serum Ride or Die. Hashtag Ride or Die on the Marine Serum. I'm trying to do that. I can't really do both at once. Okay. This one, More Honey, amazing for skin irritations. Another favorite of mine is the Sleeping Beauty oil, like the luxurious potion of love and light and everything. And another favorite of mine is the Red Wine Press Serum. I don't have that on hand right now, but I love that. Oh, you used, oh my God, no, Char said she used it. Which one? The More Honey? Did you use it on a tattoo? That's interesting. I've never thought to do that, even though I have tons of tattoos. I'm going to give that a try the next time I get one for healing a tattoo. Fantastic. I also love the Red Wine Press Serum because I love using that in the summer when it's really hot and I don't want to put a lot of stuff on my face because sometimes my face gets more oily. And especially in the summer, I just don't like putting a lot of things on my face. So I use the Red Wine Press Serum as both sort of a skin treatment and then as a moisturizer, and I feel like that's all I need underneath my sunscreen, and it just feels great. My skin loves it. It's incredible. Yes, More Honey, Char and Natalie. More Honey is what's up. Okay, this stuff. Save the bees, y'all. More, because we can get more honey. Anyway. Okay, so all right. I've been talking for a long time. This is funny. Okay, I need to get through a couple more things. I have definitely changed my perception of skincare since doing stuff with Sabbatical Beauty. Like I said, because my skin was really oily throughout my life, and I never had anyone in my life who was really good with skincare, so I always had to seek things out myself. Like I used a lot of really harsh abrasive stuff on my skin, like the most antiseptic cleansers and toners and everything you can think of, because I really thought that I had to like just strip all of the moisture out of my face to cut down on the acne, and nothing of course ever worked. I couldn't figure out why. And when I was around 30, 33, I started thinking like I really need to do better with my skincare because I'm concerned. I had pretty good skin aside from acne and oil, and I thought, you know, I'm probably, if I can prevent, you know, aging, that's a good thing that I want to do. So, oh yes, the St. Ives, Teresa said, St. Ives apricot, we've all committed the sin of the St. Ives, so let's all just forgive ourselves. This can be our confession booth. I absolve all of you. The power vested in me. I absolve everyone who used the St. Ives apricot scrub. It's okay now. I forgive you. The skincare gods forgive you. Let that burden go. We're in a better place now. We are. But I use like the most insane toners on my face, just stripping the crap out of it. And oh boy, Sea Breeze. Woo! Yeah, Catherine. Oh my gosh. I used a lot of that, like heavy alcohol-based toners. I mean, just horrifying. So when yeah, Brillo pad. Oh my God, I used my poor skin. Seriously, I've done a number on it over the years. I'm surprised it still wants to speak to me. Just really harsh, like grapefruity. Nothing wrong with grapefruit, but like just heavy alcohol stripping stuff, and stuff with really high pH too. And I didn't know anything about that until I started using Sabbatical Beauty. I can thank you very much, and I credit it to learning a lot more about skincare. Thank you very much, Cindy, for saying that. I definitely learned a lot. Stridex, oh God. Can we have a minute for Stridex? Can we have a minute? Okay, minute has passed. So I credit my skin looking better now to learning about skincare. I'll tell you, the number one thing that I learned was to put moisture on my skin, which I thought I didn't need because my skin was oily. And it turns out amazingly, that if you strip all the oil out of your skin will produce more oil. So I decided to follow the instructions, even though like everything in my being was saying, don't put more moisture on your oily skin, girl. And I did, and I saw the light. I mean, the light literally hit me, you know. Whenever I tried facial oils for the first time, holy shit, that was, pardon my language, that was truly a leap of faith for me, because oily skin my whole life, stripping it out as much as I could, like, you know, going more with the Catholic metaphors yet again, just doing like the Sisters of the Seven, shame, get the oil off, shame, shame, you know. But when I put on facial oils for the first time, and the only facial oil I ever used was Sleeping Beauty oil, made a huge difference. I couldn't believe it, that I was not getting more acne from putting moisturizers and oils and facial oils on my face. Another thing, like I mentioned, was learning about pH. And I switched cleansers once a few years ago, and I noticed that I was getting a lot of acne from this cleanser, even though I really liked it. And I learned that the pH was really high, and that was why I was getting the acne from it. So, so when I started switch back to low pH cleansers, and my acne started to clear. So I've learned a lot about skincare by working with SB. Started getting really into like learning about the Korean skincare routine, you know, always like window shopping online, looking at all kinds of different things, watching videos about it. So fascinated by the cultural parts of it. Yeah, shame, exactly. The bell, oh my God, Natalie, you're killing me. Shame, shame. Like seriously, that's me with the you know. How long have I been using Sabbatical Beauty? Madeline asks. I have been using it probably for 3 years, I think. As long as Sabbatical Beauty's been in business, I think, is how long I've been using it, because I remember buying my first bottle of Marine Serum when Alan first created her website. So about that long. So I don't know if I could like call myself an SBOG, but I was pretty close. Yeah. So that was cool that was one of the coolest things about being friends with Adeline and being involved with SB and shopping with SB, because I've been able to watch the company grow from, you know, just when it was a skincare co-op to where it is right now. And it's just been mind-blowing to me. Yay! Okay, Adeline says I'm an SBOG. Hashtag SBOG. Let's make t-shirts and bumper stickers. Okay. So one of the things that has really changed my life has been watching SB. Yes, thank you. That is very true. Adeline says that I was one of the ones that started when it came out. Nothing. There was only like a couple things in the inventory, and one of them was Marine Serum. And yeah, I think I was one of the first people, I think, in that first month that ordered when Adeline had launched the website. And I remember being in the skincare group and watching her with the co-op and everything like that. If anybody knows about the co-op that happened before Sabbatical Beauty became a company. And yeah, it was so cool to like order from this person who was an academic like me at the time, who had created something totally different. And as Alan grew the company, I was kind of there watching it. Yeah, as Alan's saying right now, it wasn't even a company, it was just her saying, let me try this. I was watching her as she was trying this and getting like success after success, and then finally getting to the place where she was able to leave her academic job to run SB full time. And that was incredibly inspiring to me, because I was like, oh my God, like she did it. She really did it. And not that, you know, I would think that being able to do that was impossible, but because if you're not an academic, it's hard to understand how difficult it is to leave academia. And yeah, it's very hard to say, you know what, I don't want to be a professor anymore and do something else. It's really hard, in ways that are difficult to kind of comprehend if you're not an academic. So, you know, I'm sure that you'll totally take our words for it, because Adeline has been so forthcoming about all of this and has been so open about her narrative from academia to being an entrepreneur, and has been, on so many media channels doing that. So that's been awesome to watch that. And she was one of the main inspirations for me starting my makeup coaching business. And as I continue to work on that and learn more about being an entrepreneur, and to learning about, the possibilities of being a business person. It doesn't have to be this corporate sellout thing. You can start a business that is ethical and socially responsible and community focused and make a difference in people's lives, while being able to support yourself and pay yourself and not exploit yourself, which is something that unfortunately people are exploited heavily in academia. Some more than others, but I would say all of us are. And it's the saddest thing about being an academic is that academia convinces you that you're not being exploited, and that what you're doing is like your duty and you should suffer for it because it's a noble goal, but really they're exploiting you. So it's just all, capitalistic. That went pretty deep, for a second. But the main takeaway is that Adeline's journey as the CEO of Sabbatical Beauty was something I watched sort of from the beginning, and it was hugely inspiring to me, and has changed my life and continues to change my life all the time. So thank you to Adeline and to SB and to all the elves.